we're going to walk through how to create and set up these Google Sites for students. And so with these Google Sites is they are a way for students to show their knowledge. So down here in this YouTube description, this is the Google site. So this is the student showcase of the student portfolio. There's a welcome page, and you can customize this whole site however you want. Some teachers take out the About Me. Some of them take out the version 2 Pride, but this is kind of the template and it's easier to remove than to add. So that's why you kind of have more options than less. But you can kind of see on this Google site that there's a ton of different resources that you can customize for your student. So the first step is you want to create your Google site for your students, and you want to make sure it is exactly how you want it. So if you need help with this, I am more than happy to come in and help you. Just let me know what you need. But these are all the tabs that I have. And again, we can add more tabs or we can take away tabs. But the first thing that you want to do as a teacher is set up the template. So once you're in the editing mode, you'll go in, you can add pages, you can remove pages, whatever you want for your students. That's going to be the first step for these student showcases. The next step on this roadmap is there's a couple different options. So over here in this pink box over here, you can see this one says make a copy of a Google site. So what that means is students can go to a folder and they can make a copy of a Google site because there's no easy way to assign this in Google Classroom at this moment. And hopefully soon that will change with Google. The next one is there's a copy of a site. And this is a great resource. So in this video, down here in the speaker notes, or not this video, I lied. I need to find the video that has it. There's a video that has a spreadsheet with how to make a copy. And this was created by Luke. So Luke designed this amazing resource, and I'm going to go ahead and find it because this is the way that I would set this up. So right in this Drive folder, I'm going to grab his website. You have a spreadsheet, and again, I can copy every single name from student Google Classroom, and it will be added. Or I can type them in. So I just went in and I used his add-on, and it's called down here. You have to have this spreadsheet in order for it to work. So if I go into add-ons, and it's kind of at the bottom right here, I can then use this Google Sheet Duplicator. Okay, so Sheet Duplicator or Site Duplicator is what it's called. And then I can go in and I'm able to use this to duplicate all my Google sites. And what I love about this is it renames it. So it says Site 4 and then the student's name. And again, Luke has a great website. It's right here. And he walks through step by step how to do this. There's a video and there's also a Google Doc to help you. So I'm going to throw this on the template. So right here, I'm going to do I think it's this one. I'm going to copy right here. I'm going to paste that right there. So that way, if you're interested in his resource, you can go to it and you're able to make that copy or get that all set up. Okay, so students will find their site in their Google Drive. So the first thing that they're going to do is they're going to go to their video. They're going to watch this video and it's going to walk them through how to search Google Drive for their Google site. And again, here's that link if you're interested. It's also right here. Okay, so once you have that set up and students go and they make a site, then they're going to add a photo to their site. And again, you could take this part out, you could leave it, but I wanted a photo of my students right here on the site. So that's what the next video is. This one, the students, I want them to rename it. So again, I would not use this option. This was before I knew about Luke's amazing resource. But maybe you don't want to do that way. If so, they need to rename the site. So there's a video for that. So again, the next step is a photo. Once they do a photo, I want a teacher check-in. I want to make sure that they did their photo correctly. I want to be able to see their photo. I might even talk to them about the sharing settings with that photo and adding their parents. So that way their parents can see their photo on their site. So this allows me to see, have they done that? Have they been able to do that? On this teacher check-in, I'm able to see, have they created their Google site? On this last template, this is just this template. So template 3, template 4 is just the Edpuzzle videos. And feel free if you want, if you like the way that this site is set up, in this example on slide 3, you are more than welcome to have your students join this Edpuzzle class and just have them kind of self-pace through it. Again, you do need to set up this step. So you need to set up this step before they do this. But again, you can have them follow my steps if you want to, and you can just assign this to them. They'll join my Edpuzzle class, so you won't be able to see their progress. But if you, for some reason, need me to check on a student, I'm more than happy to, or I'm more than happy to come in and walk your students through this process if you need another set of hands. Okay, so let's go back up to this one. Okay, so again, teacher check-ins are huge. It allows me to know, has a student found the site? At this one, I'm able to see, has a student added the photo? Has it been shared correctly? All of that kind of stuff. In the next video, students are learning about Canva. The reason they're learning about Canva is because up here, this is a Canva image. I want them to be able to add a header, and I want to be able to use Canva throughout the school year. So they're going to be able to customize their header. That way their site is theirs. Again, a boy probably doesn't want these flowers. So they could add stars, they could add Ohio State, they could add whatever they want to their Google site. And so once they do that, they've got a nice looking Google site. The next video is students publish. So they learn how to publish their videos. And before they did this, I had to go into my Google Drive and I had to go into the folder. So right here, Hal site, let's say. So when you walk through Luke's steps, you create a folder, you add the Google site template to that folder. But let's say I want to go in here and I want my students to be able to publish this site. I'm going to highlight and then 2 fingers, 1 click. So I'm going to right click and I go to this share button. Now when I'm in share, I want to go up here to this gear and I want this to be clicked. It's not going to be clicked, but I want it to be. And again, you need to type, you need to have everybody's Google site highlighted, right click, share, gear, make sure everybody's an editor. Okay. Then once it's published, again, I want a teacher check-in. I want to see, have they created on their showcase? Have they added, their Canva images? Have they published their site? I want to check that. So they're coming to me for these 2 checks. Then once they are done with that, we walk through how to share again. So I kind of talk to them individually right here with the photo, but then I have them watch a video because now they need to know anytime they add a Google document, like say I add this one, they have to hit that share button and they have to change either this link or they need to add their parents. So depending on what they're sharing, they either need to go in and add their parents or they need to change that sharing link so anybody can view. And that is up to you as a teacher. Depending on what you're sharing, make sure that it is kind of following your student privacy. Like if it is just like maybe a Google drawing or something like that, you could probably share it. But if it is something with like a score on it, I would have them add their parents' email address so that way it's more secure. On this next video, this talks about the Pride section on there. So Pride, we do like a Pickerington PLSD Pride is like our hashtag. And so right here, you can see students can add their work. You could rename this because again, this is like for our district. Or whatever you want for your classroom. And then students add their work samples from Drive. They explain what it is, and then they explain why they're proud of their work. And then they can write a little blurb about it. So again, this is that great reflection piece. The next video on the roadmap talks about their goals. So right here, it talks about their goals, and that's the next tab up here. They talk about their strengths as a student. They talk about what they need to work on. And then down here, this is like a reading goal, math goal, personal goal, or you can just leave it goal 1, 2, or 3. You can change again, whatever you need to customize, but you want to make those changes before you send this out to students. Then I have like people who can help me achieve these goals. Right here, I had a friend, Amy, share this with me, and it's an e-portfolio reflection. So maybe you want to ask them different questions. There is a resource on here that you are able to use if you want to do that instead. Then the next video walks them through or teacher check-in. So before they watch the next video, they have a teacher check-in, and that is the teacher checking. Have they shared Pride correctly? Have they shared their goals correctly? Have they done all of that correctly? and then they can move on. So once they get that teacher check-in, they are then doing the student reflection. So these student reflections are really cool. What they look like is like this. And we bought these on Teachers Pay Teachers, so I put the link down here. But what you can do is students fill out this monthly reflection. They change their name, they add their selfie, they put how they're proud of, and you could customize this or you could take it away again. And then they share this every single month, and they share that with their parent or whoever is their guardian. So that is the monthly reflection. And again, it goes over with the students. This is assigned in Google Classroom, so every student gets a copy, and then it's saved in the student's drive, so they search for it, and then they add it that way. And again, this video walks students how to do that. And then right here, this is a student data notebook. And so one of my teachers, she created these, and they're really, really, really good. So you can see there's all these different grade levels, and you can customize these data notebooks. And again, we walk through with students how to set these up. And then once they set them all up, then on their site, they get that teacher check-in. So the teacher check-in's checking that monthly reflection and the data notebook to make sure those have been added. I would suggest kind of waiting to start this until you have maybe a monthly reflection ready to go, some work for their data notebook, maybe some pride. So waiting until maybe September of the school year just to get this up and running. That way they have work to add to their Google site. Again, if you need help, happy to come in and help and support as needed. Just let me know what you need.